Back with another album review. Today's review is on 1,000 Suns by Linkin Park. This is Linkin Park's fourth studio album, is follow-up to their 2007 album, Minutes to Midnight, which I talked about last time. This album was produced by Mike Shinoda and Rick Rubin. It was recorded between November of 2008 and August of 2010 at NRG Recording Studios in North Hollywood. It was released on September 8th, 2010 under Warner Brothers Records and Machine Shop Recordings. I need to mention is that this album is considered a concept album because the lyrics deal with human fears such as nuclear warfare. Listening to this album, you can clearly tell that it sounds very different from Linkin Park's previous albums, since the band were experimenting with new and different sounds. This is why the album is primarily centered around electronic and experimental rock, with some elements of alternative rock, industrial rock, rap rock, ambient, trip-hop, progressive rock, and even space rock. The title comes from a line Hindu Sanskrit scripture that was popularized by J. Robert Oppenheimer in 1945, when he described the atomic bomb as being, quote, as bright as 1,000 suns. The line also appears in the song The Catalyst, but we'll get to that when I talk about the songs. One thing I need to mention is that Linkin Park promoted this album through the 1,000 Suns World Tour between October of 2010 and September of 2011. This album was later certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, selling over 1.1 million copies. So it wasn't as successful as Linkin Park's previous albums. While this album was being produced, Chester Bennington was touring with Dead by Sunrise in support of their 2009 studio album, Out of Ashes. Well, I'll get to that album once I get a hold of it. But like I said, that Linkin Park were still working on a concept album. From what I read is that this album was met with mostly positive reviews from critics, even though some were less enthusiastic. However, this album was very polarizing for fans, since they were split on the album's heavy use of electronics. Now to talk about the songs. This album starts with the Requiem. This song is followed by The Radiance, which features a speech from J. Robert Oppenheimer. These two songs pretty much set the tone for what we're in for. The third song is Burning in the Skies, and this song was released as a single on March 21st, 2011. The song received a music video that was directed by Joe Hahn. The video was filmed between January 17th and 19th of 2011. The video is entirely in slow motion, and it features the final activities of random people before they're caught in the blast radius of a nuclear explosion that decimates downtown Los Angeles. I'll post a link to the video in the description. It's also one of my favorite songs on the album. Empty Spaces comes after that. The next song is When They Come For Me. I mentioned before this is the Linkin Park song with the most amount of swearing in it. Robot Boy and Tornado del Muerto are the songs that come after that, but I don't have much to say about them. The next song is Waiting for the End. And this song was released as a single on October 1st, 2010, which was less than a month after the album was released. What I should mention is that the song features minimal distorted guitar along with reggae-style verses by Mike Shinoda. It's followed by both chorus and verses sung by Chester Bennington. Joe Hahn directed the music video for the song. The video has the band performing in darkness, but with digital effects and distortion applied to them. I'll post a link to the video in the description. This is actually my favorite song on the album, and I like how atmospheric it sounds. After that is Blackout. This is a very fast-paced song that is Chester singing most of it with Mike Shinoda singing alongside him near the end. The song is followed by Wretches and Kings. The primary theme of the song is about rebelling against the government and those in positions of power. It starts with a sample of Put Your Bodies on the Gears, a speech given by Mario Savio, who was a key figure in the Berkeley free speech movement. The speech was given at Sproul Hall at the University of California in Berkeley on December 2nd, 1964. The chorus of the song has Chester singing, "We the Animals Take Control." It's about the uprising of common people against the people who are in power. After that is Wisdom, Justice, and Love. It features a speech from Martin Luther King Jr. The next song is Iridescent, and the song was released as a single on May 27th, 2011. It was also featured on the soundtrack for Transformers Dark of the Moon, though I never saw Michael Bay's Transformers movies. The song got a music video that was directed by Joe Hahn. It shows Mike Shinoda as a one-eyed king ruling over the citizens of a post-apocalyptic land. There are also scenes from the movie in the music video, and I'll post a link to the video in the description. Fallout comes after that, and the song consists entirely of synths, along with Mike Shinoda singing the lyrics from the chorus, "Burning in the Skies." The song is followed up by The Catalyst. The song was released as a single on August 2nd, 2010, which was a little over a month before the album was released. The song is known for containing elements of both techno and synth pop, not just electronic and alternative rock. The music video was directed by Joe Hahn. Linkin Park's bassist Dave Farrell pointed out the video has reference to the Bhagavad Gita in the Christian Apocalypse. And Joe even stated that J. Robert Oppenheimer was another major influence. He even said in an interview that he came up with the idea when thinking about what it would be like if humanity had to accept their fate in a time of despair. I'll post a link to the video in the description. The album ends with The Messenger. What I need to mention is that the iTunes version has a bonus track called Blackbirds. Just like with Linkin Park's previous album, I think this album is alright. I can understand why most fans were split due to the album's heavy reliance on electronics. In some ways, I feel it did some things better than Minutes to Midnight. The thing is, that album actually comes closer to sounding like Linkin Park's previous albums. I can't exactly call this a bad album because there actually are some good songs on it, and the good songs sound very atmospheric, and I recommend checking it out for yourself. That's all I have to say on this album. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified of future uploads. Leave a comment if you like. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back on Monday with another review.